Hello, everybody. Today's a wonderful Friday, and it's time to get some artwork done. Okay, let's pop on over here. And hello, Red. Glad to see you could drop by. Okay. So now I just need to remember where I was. Okay, so yeah, filling the club. That's just the outline for it. Okay, yeah. Got all the base colors down. Now to add in, well, the highlights and everything. So that'll be fun. Okay. Yeah. Start above here for this. Understandable, Red. Have a nice, enjoyable lurk, and yeah, I hope the housework stuff isn't too bad. Alright. Okay, well, first I need to make sure I actually have the right color. Okay, so now for this... Okay, I think I should be able to do pretty well. Okay, that was for all the color. Actually, for this one, I might get something started up here. So just kind of have something come down a bit. Nah. Yeah, come down like... more so... Yeah, that feels better. No. Actually, yeah, maybe not. Actually, maybe I get a better feel for this if I tilt this a bit. Okay, actually, yeah, tilting it seemed to help me a bit. So instead, we start out like that. Then we go like that. Okay, actually, yeah, no, that looks better. Yeah, and guys, zoom in to make sure I don't miss any spots. Alright. Okay. Now we get the nice little highlight. Okay. So now let's start here and go like that. I end up going like that. Okay. Alright, let's fill this in and see how it looks. Yeah, notice I was missing a spot. Alright. Okay. Not looking too bad. Now, it's... yeah, an eraser like this should work well. Now, if I just go, like, through here... and just kind of round off the edges a bit. And keep that there. Round off the edges here a lot more. Yeah. Like that, although like it might work better if let's shrink this down a bit so I can make it feel a lot more natural. Ah, dang it. Okay, yeah, no, that looks good. Okay. And then just one straight down here on this. Okay, might also just round out the edges a bit here. Okay. Yeah, I'll see. Looks good. Alright. Yeah. I don't think I'm ever just gonna not find it funny just to just turn a layer on and off and just see what it looks like, because that's just funny right there. No, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, honestly, I could have had these two on the same layer, but I just kind of wanted to have them on different ones. Okay, so now I will put this on the same layer as this one though, because they're both ones that don't really get any fading or anything really done for them, so yeah, I don't really have to be too careful with them. Oh yeah, I have the lines here that I can work with. That helps a lot. Yeah, forgot I did that. Okay, there we go. That looks better. Alright. Yeah, we had, well, it's not exactly like there's been a lot today. There was a Nintendo Direct, which isn't really a lot of stuff, but it's something I was interested in, so it's nice. So yeah, we had that happening today, and well, it's not like the entire, I'll say this, the Direct wasn't bad. Had a lot of stuff that I'm pretty sure people did enjoy and were looking forward to, so that was good. And there were a few things there that I was, well, yeah, no, I like them. I'm not exactly, like, super into them, but they were there, I liked them, so it was nice. And, like, stuff like the Dragon Quest VII remake, like, I'm probably not gonna get that unless I find out that, oh, they're doing something really new with it. But that's just because I already got the remake on the 3DS, and, like, unless there's something really new with it, I'm not gonna get it. Now, if they did a Dragon Quest IX remake, I am, like, sure as hell getting that. Like, Dragon Quest IX, I'm honestly pretty sure Dragon Quest IX was my first, like, actual interaction with Dragon Quest as a whole. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'm hoping it'll come out. I'm not looking forward to it because I have, like, no one said anything about it. But yeah, I really want them to make it. Because it's just been, like, it was such a fun game to play. There was so much to do on it, and I mean, I can still do a lot on it, but yeah, unfortunately, well, part of the design was the game was designed to work with, like, designed to work with the Nintendo DS's, like, online functionality stuff, and also its Street Pass functionality. So it had a lot of stuff that worked really well for, like, people in Japan. Because, again, I mean, quite a few features of the DS were, like, basically made with the primary market of Japan in mind, and the Street Pass one is something that really works well there. It doesn't work that well in America, but oh well. But yeah, it had a lot of stuff that, well, didn't... Well, I'm not going to say it didn't work, because it did work. It's just it wasn't as maybe impactful. No, not impact. Well, maybe impactful will work, right? God, it's hard to figure out, like, how do I want to describe it? I mean, I guess impactful is probably the best. Well, but yeah, this is just so difficult to figure out. Like, how do I want to describe this? How is the best way to describe it? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I think I got an idea. Like, a lot of the stuff that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and. Actually, wait, I can probably do an easy thing if I just go back to this layer here. Okay, invert it. And then go here. Okay, that can at least help me work around these parts. But anyway, back to what I was saying with 9. Like, the Street Pass functionality and all that. Like, the stuff did work. It's just definitely a bit more clunky than they probably expected it would ever be. Yeah, I mean, I can't really... Again, I can't really blame them for, like, thinking about the primary market when they were designing those... Well, designing that functionality. Because, I mean, it makes sense. You focus on your primary market first, and... Yeah. It does end with sometimes secondary markets just feeling like they aren't being thought of, and I mean, yeah, that kind of is the case. It's unfortunate, but that's how a lot of stuff like this works. Because, of course, if you can't actually get it to be a successful product you're selling to your main... Okay, I can turn it off now. Yeah, okay, now I'm just going to do the erase it when it crosses over. So that'll just be a... Yeah, I'll get to that later. But yeah, you need to focus on your primary market that you're selling something to before you can really think about selling it to a foreign market. And when it comes to video games and stuff, it can be harder to adapt it for the foreign market. I mean, like, translating stuff is, like, relatively easy compared to like making changes in how the system actually works in some aspects. But honestly, I think like with most of these stuff for like when stuff's getting translated so that like people can actually understand what's being said in the game. I don't really know how exactly that's handled. My assumption is that they basically just have it's changes that get made to like there's basically just a file that they kind of actually, yeah, I don't really know that much about it, honestly. Most of my assumptions are just basically like how I'd handle it. Like, if I need to include an ability to actually have it be able to be translated into another language, into a game I'm making, I'd basically just have a script file and just basically they just make the new script, and honestly I just edit the file names just so I don't have to mess with any of the code that's going to be calling to the script file, because as long as everything else is set up properly in the translate script file, then it's gonna be like perfectly okay. It should, like, everything should function properly. There won't be any like everything will function properly. It won't be any big mistakes. Nothing will break, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah. But yeah, it'd be easier to just change one script file than it would be to like change the entire mechanics so it would work in so it would work in the foreign market. Although, I mean, honestly, it's not even foreign market's probably not even the right word, but like it was just easier to just sell it with how the Street Pass functionality and everything worked, even though, like I said, America's not exactly the best place for a function like that. So if a game has Street Pass functionality and you aren't in a place where you're going to be getting a lot of Street Passes, then you just got to deal with it. That's pretty much how it went for most 3DS games and DS games and such. You just had to put up with it. Because you weren't, because nothing was going to change about that. I mean, honestly, the Street Pass part, while it was a bit annoying, isn't even the biggest reason why I want them to remake 9. Most reason why I want 9 to be remade is because, well, 9 also basically had, well, you could effectively say it was DLC. Basically, 9 had an option where you could connect online and you'd pretty much just get like bonus quests that pop up. Although they're not bonus as in they don't matter, they're bonuses in they aren't there in the base game, and all you have to do really is just like connect to online and then they'll show up and you can actually complete them. And most of it was basically post-game stuff. Basically, you were not expected to do most of those before you beat the game. Honestly, probably some of them, probably most of them, well, yeah, no, definitely a few of them were literally locked to post-game. I.e., you couldn't even start them until you actually beat the main story. But yeah, and they were fun. but it also means that now it is a pain in the ass to, like, replay it. Because then you need to go and actually, like, you can't actually play those quests normally. Because again, you need to connect online and download them. But the online for Nintendo DS, it's just not running anymore. And also, even though I say you have to go online and download them, they are actually, like, in the game. The data's already on the card. You just need to activate them online. And again, I mean, all of this was free, so it's not exactly that big a deal. It is a bit annoying, but it's not that bad. Eh. Yeah. But yeah, I want to have it back just so I can actually have a way to re-experience 9 without having to break out the action replay every time to enable those quests. So again, it's just something I'm going to be hoping for eventually from Square Enix. That's good enough for that. Alright. Now on to the second one. Alright, and aside from Dragon Quest, there's also another game that's... Well, it wasn't on the English Direct for some reason. No idea why. But they did at least, like, have their own post on company channel for it. So, and it's not like it's not coming out, so it's just... Anyway. A new game that I'm very happy about is the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Because those games, phew boy, those games were so fun. It wasn't like they were perfect games back on the DS, but I loved them. Like, the story is honestly pretty great for a Nintendo DS game. I love the characters. The character design is amazing. And it's just such a fun game to play. I mean, of course, the first game, like the first game in the Star Force series is definitely rough. I mean, again, it's not that surprising that it's rough. They were changing the entire battle formula from how it worked in Battle Network, so of course they'd be figuring out some stuff as they go along. I mean, hell, the first Battle Network game was a lot rougher. Like, holy shit. Like, a lot rougher, not just in mechanics, but also in just general game design. Ew, boy. Like, I can get through playing Battle Network 1 again, but it's not really that fun to play through a second time, honestly. Like, not a bad game, but all I can say is it's worth it to play that with a map of all the areas open. Because, God, in the first one, they did not realize that they really need to actually just... Like, the first Battle Network game, they had all the net areas look exactly the same. They at least knew that they wanted the, like, dungeon comps. The areas you had to go in for, like, basically the chapter bosses, they at least had all of those actually be unique and interesting to look at. Well, comparatively interesting to look at. But the main net areas, ugh, god, they just decided, yeah, this is what the net's gonna look like, and they had it in every area. That was a big mistake on their part. Thankfully, they immediately rectified that with Battle Network 2, and they just never went back to that horrible design decision ever again. Now, technically, you can think that Star Force also has that as an issue, but it's not really one. It's just something I just realized that, because for Star Force, the net area equivalent, they pretty much all have the same design, but considering that, like, for Star Force, you're kind of overlaid onto the real world maps, it doesn't really have the same issue, because you're able to actually, like, you're never going to confuse one area for another, because you can see the actual individual map you're on. Which, again, is a very good thing. But, yeah, like, going through, like, once the collection drops, I'm definitely going to be streaming it. Going through 1 is going to be a bit... I mean, for someone new to it, 1 definitely probably feel a bit rough. It's not going to be too rough for me, because I'm already familiar with it, but still, it's not exactly going to be the most fun one to play through. And 2 is definitely going to be more fun, and honestly, 3 is just going to be the best. Which kind of follows in a trend for how they... like, for how they did it with the Battle Network games, because 1 was... like, Battle Network 1, very obvious proof of concept. You could really just tell it for the entire thing. Thankfully, that proof of concept was good enough that they got approved for a second game in the series, and they basically knocked out of the park with the much improved Battle Network 2. And of course, wrong layer. And of course, Battle Network 2 also wasn't exactly perfect, but it was a hell of a lot better than 1. So they basically just... I mean, I'd have to assume that they were taking a lot of player feedback from 1 when they were developing 2, and then from 2 when they started work on 3. Because honestly, in 3, they really just got everything perfect there. Like, it was all good there. So, and like I said, they did the same with Star Force. 1, although it was definitely less of a proof of concept, because, like, again, they already knew that this idea of, like, how the game will work and function, all that, they knew it worked well. Because, again, they had... Actually, yeah, sorry, I need to kind of check something. Okay, I can actually put that with this layer. Just want to add a little something here. Okay, yeah, no, that looks better. But anyway, like I said, Star Force 1 isn't as much of a proof of concept as Battle Network 1 was. because they're already familiar with how to make these kinds of games. It was still kind of a bit of a proof of concept, just for in the sense that it's a new game that they want to like keep making games where they want to make a series out of this, so they need to see how well does this one do. Oh, hey Dark, glad you could pop by. Just been, well, right now I was just talking about Battle Network and Star Force. Oh yeah, definitely, the Direct was nice. Oh, yeah, no, when I saw it, I was just like, oh wait, is this Samus just getting a motorcycle? Like, is this Metroid Prime? And then I saw, like, okay, so Samus does get a motorcycle in Metroid Prime 4. Okay, interesting. Honestly, thinking about it, she's, like, that's probably going to be used to get between, like, most of the big kind of dungeon areas, which, honestly, not bad. Looks pretty cool. Yeah, no, just, again, I also need to just wait a bit, just see, like, okay, wait. Is this, like... I mean, honestly, it would have been the funniest thing to just have that just be a trailer for Samus is getting added to Mario Kart World, but, yeah, no, just need to wait a bit. Okay. Go over. Well, yeah, no, now they could add her. They definitely could. Although I did just have a thought that they could have added her before and just have her be, like, her ride literally just be her in the Metroid ball just zooming along. And that, it was just a funny thought that popped in my head, just like, yeah, no, I could imagine, like, Mario Kart just getting away with Samus as a racer, just her being in ball form. Oh yeah, no, the Fire Emblem looks interesting. Gonna need to get some more info on that before, like, well, just to figure out what exactly is going on with the story, because it seems like, well, I mean, as far as I can tell, they didn't really give you an Avatar character with that. Like, they didn't show any Avatar character in a trailer. We don't have a Byleth, we don't have any kind of, like, we don't have a Byleth, we don't have a Robin. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, for Fortune Wave, I think that's what it's called, I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to just having your character just be a tactician that's not in the fight. Because that could be interesting. But again, I'm gonna have to wait to see, like, whatever they come up with. Because, I mean, again, right now, Fortune's Weave, that was it. I knew it was a W. Actually, yeah, I just forgot an E. Yeah, or Weaving Fortunes. Honestly, I was more surprised they didn't put a U in there to make a pun, since it seems like you have, like, 4, like, focus characters. Like, 4, Fortune. Which, again, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, legally synced Alucard. Yeah, no, I saw that. That was... Yeah. Honestly, I'm more kind of interested in the... I think her name was Letta, because she's a bard character, but it seems like she just summons, like, demon beasts, which... Honestly, I'm wondering how distinctly different she'll be as a unit. And, like, does she only summon the demon for her attacks, or is it something that's always out? Is it a separate target from her? Like, we just got a lot of stuff to wait for to figure out. Oh, yeah, you're definitely gonna have a lot of people in sandals. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Okay. Yeah, since it is gonna be on the Switch too, it's definitely gonna be taking advantage of all that, like, processing power and everything to just give you a very nice viewing experience. So, go like in here. Oh, forgot to change the color. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a bit, Dark. Oh, yeah, it definitely could. I mean, honestly, again, that's probably something that's going to be announced sooner or later about just a Switch 2 update. Because, I mean, again, a lot of games that can get it are going to get it. So, not too surprising. Okay, kind of clean that up a bit. I mean, and other than that, honestly, I am really just looking forward to next year and getting that Star Force Legacy collection. It has been too long. And hopefully following the trend that they had with the Battle Network one, like we should be, like again, if they're following that trend, then we should be getting basically the Japanese versions of the games with a translation. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. That should definitely take you a... Well, actually, if you're going to be... When you say beat 3 houses, are you going to be beating just one, like, one route or all 3? Or, wait, is there 4 routes? Okay, one of the campaigns. Alright, yeah, no, that's definitely... That shouldn't take you too long. Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that should be fun to do. Yep. The eternal weakness of long RPGs, or, well, long games in general. Just getting distracted by something else, forget, and then when you come back to pick it up, just kind of forgetting where you left off on. Oh, yeah, you'll definitely get a... Like, it'll definitely benefit from playing on the Switch too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely... Like, I've done that with a lot of my games, just... Like, I get to a certain point, like, usually late in the game, then I get distracted by something else, get distracted by another thing, and then by the time I get back, I have completely forgotten what the hell is going on, where I am, what I need to do next, and so I just restart. Thankfully, that's become less of an issue once I actually created my little list of games. I used to just keep track of what I'm doing in them, because if I realize by that point, like, oh, wait, I'm gonna get distracted by this other game, or like, I'm just basically taking a break, I pretty much just note down, like, okay, this is how far I am in this game, this is like a little note of what was happening. That way, once I actually get back there, I'm not nearly as confused. Yeah, and Engage was, at least from what, like, I never played it because with me in Fire Emblem, I like watching people play Fire Emblem more than I'm interested in playing Fire Emblem. Nothing against it, it's just like one of those game series where I'm not all too interested in playing it, but actually just like seeing people play through it and how they handle stuff is just really fun. So yeah, Engage definitely was, like, for a lot of people, that was a very fun game. So you've definitely got a very fun schedule ahead of you, Dark. Okay, yeah, no, I am on a new layer. I just started wondering for a second, like, wait, did I get started drawing the wrong layer? But no, I'm on the right one. Oh yeah, no, I believe it, Dark. I've seen quite a few of your, like, kind of like, I forgot what you call them. Like, you said they were like Toonami roll ads they usually have at the start of your streams, but yeah, no, I remember seeing a lot of Fire Emblem in those, so yeah, that doesn't surprise me too much. Yeah, the weekday intros. But yeah, no, you definitely have your, like, you wear your heart on your sleeve with that stuff, and, like, I can respect that. Oh, yeah, no, I also don't doubt that, like, a lot of stuff you have in those is just like, this was the easiest one to pull footage from for this, so it's going in here. Oh yeah, and also, yeah, you put in a lot of work on this, and I do respect that. At the very least right now, I don't think I could really put in that much effort in stuff for my stream. I want to do something similar, like, well, not exactly the same as that, but, like, I want to be able to put in, like, a lot of effort into my streams, but, well, that's probably gonna have to wait till I get, like, more stable income, because, I mean, I'm unemployed right now, so don't really want to put too much work on this one. Like when I still have mortgage and stuff to pay. Okay, I can upgrade brush size, duh. And those line of videos you're having do look really nice. Okay, actually just popped in my head something else I'm going to have to, like, double check and be sure about when it's, like, when the Star Force collection comes out is just, like, oh, okay. Yeah, seeing what they do with the, like, I think 1 and 2 and 3 might have also had this, but they basically had a system with input cards where effectively you just, actually no, I'm not gonna worry about a new layer for this one. I'll just put it on this layer when I'm going back to this, but like they had a system, like it had a card input system, which I don't really know how many DS games did this. I know Spectrobes did, but basically it's a setup where, actually wait. Oh, okay, no, I do it over here. I already have this on a separate layer. Okay. Huh. Oh yeah, because they have this part in. Yeah, dang it. Okay, I'll deal with that after I get this one done, dang it. Okay, but basically they had a card input system where you'd have a, like, plastic transparent card that you'd put over the touch screen on the Nintendo DS, and they'd have, like, basically numbered points set. Like, as long as you touch the screen in that order. Well, actually, they had a number of points that have specific holes cut in them. Either way. Basically, you put it over there, you touch the, like, you'd follow the order of holes on the card, and with that, you basically, honestly, it was basically like putting, like, cheat codes. It was pretty fun, but I'm wondering if they're going to keep that or do something different with it. Because, like, with how they're going to, I mean, it's no longer a DS game, so it's something to think about. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm going to be having to check out once the collection drops. Although well, honestly, they'll probably mention something about that in the time leading up to it, because they did something similar with like the Battle Network collection. So I'll just need to keep an eye out on that. Because I mean, Capcom definitely knows we're gonna have a lot of questions to them about how all this is like going. Because I mean, it's not even just like hell, the Battle Network collection was a lot easier than this one when it came to porting. Just because all the Battle Network collection was just a collection of GBA games. Again, not that hard to deal with. Because I mean, for the most part, you'd just be emulating. Like, they just need to figure out, like, okay, how exactly are we going to emulate this? And that was pretty simple. But with this, since it's a DS game, they're going to have to figure out, okay, how are we going to, like, have the screens presented? How are we going to deal with anything, like, any touchpad control? And stuff like that. So it's going to be something I want to keep my eye on just to see. Because, well, like, listen, I've been waiting for this for a while, so I really don't want them to mess it up. I really want this to go good. I'm not really expecting, like, anything new coming out after this. Mainly because I don't even know if, like, the original... I don't know if they still even have the original team that worked on Star Force there. Like, if they... I really want them to try and make a new Star Force game if they don't have the same writers there. Because... like, yeah, it didn't have the best story, but I really wouldn't want them to just come up with something that just is totally out of tone with how the actual story goes. Like, it just would be too much, honestly. Alright. Okay, so now I need to go and get... let's just turn everything off except the hair. Okay. These two are ones I need to keep on. Okay. Then just take that and that off. Okay. Now, if I last this and I make sure I'm on the right layer. Yeah, we cut and paste that one to a new one. And then cut and paste that one to a new one. Then just make sure like this. Okay. Now I can turn everything else back on. And have it look like a bit of a monstrosity while I do it. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're... you know, don't even worry about that one. But yeah, I guess that's what happens when you're not really focusing too much and just talking. Sometimes you just lose track of stuff. Alright, turn that, and there we go. Okay, much better. Okay. So now I just gonna need to erase a bit of this. So now, okay, honestly, probably best to just clear off these parts entirely. Then figure out how I want to like draw in the shading so I can actually have it fade properly. Alright. Make sure I get the right color. Okay, here we go. I think... honestly, I think having go like this, and then a bit and like that works best. Okay. All right. I'll just pop that one on. Grab the color. And then again, just doing like this. And bring to a point like that. That'll work. Alright. Okay, so I got the color highlights in. Oh. I don't even know if I... we got the shades in... yeah, whatever it's called. Now... oh, no. Wrong tool. Again. Okay. Now to work with this. Okay, and just color this in. Okay. This might take. Okay, that'll work. Okay. There's a spot somewhere. Okay, at least missed a spot there. I was wondering why I've seen some lighter red. But okay, I think. Okay, no, I can get that part. All right, much better. Okay, now for the top part. Like that. No. Okay, that might work better. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. And yeah, I definitely need to make sure I have, like, my stuff cut in the proper layers when I do this next time, just to make this easier on me. Alright. Just go in here, figure out. Okay, it starts like. Yeah, like that. Okay, now I just have this part to do. Alright. Okay. Oh, okay. I also got one more part I need to do. I think it was... Okay, yeah. Here. So, pop something up there. Okay. I think I kind of want to have it go a bit. Right here. Yeah, kind of round out like that. That works. thought I saw a line on or something on there, but then I realized it was just something on my actual monitor. So nothing to worry about. I wonder if I should. I wonder if I should do something for the eyes. I mean, on my model, there's just like, well, I can actually try and like, let's just see something I can put like above here. Let's just see how it works. Just try and put a little dot near the top. That's okay. I don't think that works too well with these. It works well in my model because you can pretty much, well, like, it works well in the PNG because, well, you pretty much have the entire eye there, so you realize, okay, that's just like some reflection. With here, yeah, it doesn't exactly turn out as well. Alright. I think for now, it's time to get into some shading. Actually, wait, just let's actually move this one up a bit near the top so I can see it. I think this blush layer, okay, it has a general idea of shading areas. Okay. I mean, it's at least going to be useful for the neck part. Everywhere else, I'll be exercising my own discretion, but it's useful there. Okay. So for now, just gonna start from here. Go a bit over like this. Kind of come to a point there. Then just fill this in. Okay. All right. I want to smooth out some of these parts. Okay, better. Alright. Nope. Did not mean to scroll all the way halfway down. Damn. Alright. And now here. I'm gonna have it go like that. Okay, so we got that for there. And we want to do a bit here. Like, not much. Although also a bit here as well. Because again, this is in front of his face. All right. Over here. Okay, that'll give me a good base to start from. Oh, I can turn this off now. Okay. Now I won't hear it. Okay, it is the same color. All right. Get back down here. Oh, yeah, no, I want to be on this layer. Okay. Just want to cover that up like so. I wonder if it would have been better if I had the entire thing like go. I had the. Well, actually, I can check it out right now. Okay, I like how that looks better. The shade really helps just actually, like, actually define, like, yes, this is the chin. So I like it. Okay. All right. here. Now I want it to be close to the edge, but not entirely covered. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, yeah, that's properly rounded out. Yep. Again, just have it be as close as possible. Okay. And yeah, it looks pretty good from far away. To be honest, you can't really tell there's anything on the ear and stuff, but that's not too bad. Although it does kind of look like there's a bit of shade on there, so. But yeah, no, that part does give a bit of a darker feel than over here, so it works. Okay. Now, one more layer. To really make sure this is like to really have this be darker. Now this one, so it's more like around here is where it really starts up. Although it should probably have this curve in like this. Okay, yeah, no, that works. Alright. So we got shades in the hair, we got shading on the face. Now for the clothes. Okay, so for the undershirt. The most is it gets a bit darker up here, but okay, yeah, I can do that. And then just a bit more in the corner right up here. Okay, so that's it for the shirt. Now the jacket. This one's going to be a bit interesting. Yeah, dang it. All right. Okay, I want to 10 is probably gonna be helpful for this. Okay, so we have something like that. Okay, and also for the outside part. Hopefully that I can just have it start going down there. Goes all the way up here. Okay. I'll be filling those in after I get the rest of the stuff low. Actually, yeah, no, I have no idea how I put any shading here, except maybe some around the crumpled areas. I don't really have any reference on how that's going to look, so I'd have to kind of wing it. So at least that means I can just fill this in while I try and think about that part. Alright. Okay. Next layer. Okay. So we get something like that. And then for this one, thankfully, thanks to my hair, I can just do that part. And we're good. All right. Then I got one last layer to get to. For the lapel here. And just for this part. Okay. do I want to do it for the sleeve here? Because I mean, I could just basically do some focus on how, like, around where it's rumpled up. Like, that would work. And now, don't even get me started on figuring out the glove. Okay. Well, it's not gonna hurt to just start messing around a bit. Like, I think I'd have, like, not really worry too much about when you hear about put it under here where you can actually kind of, like, this line is for the crumple of it. So actually having it there, like having some shading there should help. At least that's my thought process. So yeah, let's just try that. Like, let's just put that there. And then put this darker one here. Just have something like this. Okay. Don't know about that. Like, I mean, I think the idea is sound, but I don't know, just it feels a bit weird. And again, I have no idea how I do anything with the glove. I mean, I could just have the glove not have anything, although maybe with the glove it worked better to have like a little highlight, like how I have here. Alright, let's try something. let's see what just happens if I just try something like this. Oh, and I forgot that I forgot that if I want to do it, I need to do it in one. That seemed a bit too much. How about 25%? No. Oh, so I just figured out how to get a lighter color. You can have it still be like that's too much. Actually, the gradient might actually help me with this. No, not here. Nah, probably doesn't help me. And yeah, I don't even know how to use these freeform ones. Oh god, no. That's horrible. Oh god, no. Wait, do they work properly if I do something like this? Okay, I guess that means they do. Yeah, at this point I'm just messing around at this point. Oh, did not mean to do that. Yeah, no, gradient isn't helping. If I just had some way that I could... See. I just wonder if this would actually work, just put it as a little highlight here. Like to help get across, I mean, yeah, to help get across the glove. That's probably actually a bit too light. Okay. Yeah, it's gotta swap it back to the appropriate color before I mess around with this again. So what if instead, like, only 3 things? Although maybe more along here. Hmm. That... Okay, no, it's still... I guess I just kind of need something that's not too much lighter. This one maybe? No, that was just a hair on my screen. Yeah, no, it still feels like it's just too noticeable. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay, yeah, barely noticeable, but it might actually work. Yeah, I've got no idea. Well, if I'm gonna do it, might also be a good idea to just kind of have it like here as well. And just kind of underscore all the places where it kind of creases a bit. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Okay. And now to work on the gradient erases. Okay, so now we're going like too big. And not big enough. Okay, that works. Oh, dang it. Okay, that works. Alright. For up top here, actually that one's good. Not gonna worry too much about that side. Down here on the right side. Okay, like a little bit here. Okay, that works. Now, let's see if I could just find a good eraser that can actually just kind of help me like do something like the gradient erase, but a bit more like controlled, where I don't have to just deal with the shapes that it forces me to use. That would actually be great. Oh. Need to be on the right. Okay, let's just do it like this. Alright. Works. Bigger, maybe? Dang it. Okay. I'd say that works. Maybe I need to do another run through. Okay, that works. And I think that means this is done. Oh, unless, was there anything else I want to put from here? Okay, maybe a little bit over here to kind of simulate a nose wouldn't be like too out of place, I'll be honest. Oh, so let's just try and mess around with a... Okay, now that brush doesn't help me. Or actually, might work better if I just go in. And do that. Then I just kind of spray around the edge. No, it's still... Wait a minute. Okay, wait, no, I think I might have an idea for this. Just kind of increase the size, just have the... be like this. And turn this down to like 10 or so. Now keep that, so let's actually even... I mean, it's not too bad. I'm gonna need an eraser, like kind of. Huh. That's how a kneaded eraser goes. Okay. And yeah, I think that works. And I'm not gonna worry too much about blush, so... Yeah, I'd say for... like, for an emote like this, this'll work. I mean, especially because you're just gonna be seeing it like this size, so... Alright. Okay, so that's one more emote done. And now I can... open up this one. Yep, we got another GIF one to work on. But yeah, I need to make the hair for this one. At least with this one, I don't have to worry about the clothes. That's... although, I'm gonna have gloves. Kind of forgot about that. Oh well. I'll make do with that. Although, before I get started on work on the hair, do need to take a little bathroom break. Don't worry, won't take too long. Just use this as an opportunity to stand up, stretch, get some water, anything you need to do. Alright, be back in a bit, guys. Alright, we're back, and back to the emote. Alright. You know, I think this is going to be the first emote where I can actually have my little Ahoge actually fully in view. So that'll be fun. It's also one that I'm like completely different angle from the. Okay, wait, completely different angle? Okay, I need to check something. Is it a completely different angle? I've done another one that's kind of in the same angle, but it like didn't show off the full head. So yeah, this is a different angle than what I'm usually used to. All right. Gotta figure this out first. So I go like this. Go up. More like that. And yeah, it goes all the way across to here. It ends up going basically behind the ear. Where I can pretty much have it like, so we go like, well, it'll go behind the ear, but for now, no, actually, I might as well do it like that. Makes it easier for me when I'm actually going through with this. In which case, it honestly also just keeps going like this. Back around there. Oh. And actually, yeah, I really don't have to worry about anything over here too much. Although I do have something that kind of starts up here and swoops down a bit. It kind of just like goes up like that. Yeah, kind of like that. Another bit of hair like that. Alright. No, not like that. We get these. Like that. Okay, kind of go a bit wide around the eyes. And cuts in like that. Then goes up. And honestly, this part's kind of like, this is going to be where it ends, because it would Like, I'd have this part go behind the hand. Oh, but that does mean I'm going to need to actually see where it ends up afterwards, because this hand does, like, go down like this. So, yeah. And for those, I'm going to need to make sure that when I actually get the hair out, I'm going to have to actually have it be below, like, figure out where it needs to be below these two. Or honestly, it might need to be in between them. Well, that's just something I'm going to have to figure out. At the very least, I can have it go below the table. Although actually, honestly, it might not even be that big of a... It might be better to have it be like this, because we're having a... Like, the angle is different, so if it's closer, then that's not too bad. Okay, now to figure out how tall is the hair going to be off of the actual top of the head. Because I can't keep going like this. No, that feels... If I cut not like that. God. Can't redo that. Forgot I don't have redo set free. I don't have redo mapped to a button, so I can't just easily do that. Trying to figure out how I'm... Okay, I think I might have realized my issue. Kinda need to have this... Yeah, needs to end at about the same levels where it starts. Dang it. Stop zooming out. Yeah, it needs to end about where it starts, so I can have this go in and that actually looks better. There we go. Just... I mean, I feel like that'll work well. Maybe I should just try and do this all in like one go. That might help me figure it out. God, just trying to get this to feel right is a pain. Okay, let's just zoom in and see if that'll help me a bit. Okay, that actually... Okay, I feel like this side's good as soon as I get rid of this part. Okay, shrink that a bit. But now I want to kind of redo this. No. No. I mean, I guess that works. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to want to have both of these up just so I can figure out what needs to be like on a lower layer and what can be on a higher layer. Because like obviously this part's going to need to be on a like, well, it's going to definitely need to be below this layer. And also anything going on behind it. like back here will definitely need to be below it just so it won't show up. Now, see, anything to be behind the hands, whether they're up or down, I'm probably just gonna want to have just behind, like on a lower layer, just in general. So we have something like this. Here's for anything that goes behind the hands. Here's for the one that goes above it, in front of it, which is just basically gonna be anything in front of the face. All right. Like, this is definitely going to be in front of the hands either way. And they can probably... Yeah, well, I'll probably have this as a little section of overlap when I'm drawing out the lines. Just 'cause it's going to be helpful to have something like that. Alright. Alright. No. Better. Okay. Nope. Okay, actually, yeah, I'll have up to there on the top layer. Like so. Which also means we'll have this part. But none of that. Okay. All right. Yeah, again, I'll just be like covering that with the lower level, and then I can just go around and like deal with it afterwards. No, kind of wave it a bit there. My hand keeps catching when I'm moving, and it's annoying. that. But under my hand. Okay, let me try that. Alright. Got tissue. Okay, that is helping a lot. Thank you, Red. Thank you for that tip. Okay. Okay, artist gloves probably, yeah, probably is a good idea. But yeah, this helps so much. Okay. Alright. So now I can just turn off both of these. Okay. Yeah, like that. There we go. Okay, thanks, Fred. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look around at those. Because yeah, that actually would help a lot for like just drawing smooth lines. Because my hand just, it just catches on stuff. It's annoying. Actually thinking about it, I don't really need to. Okay, I can actually just kind of. Oh, dang it. Wrong layer. That explains a lot. Okay. Okay. Actually, maybe I should have it go like. I have it go up like that. Actually, yeah, I kind of like that better. Oh, I think I need to go on here to erase this part. And then back down here for this. Okay. Oh, yeah, and obviously I'm not going to have that part there. I kind of forgot that I only included that just to show. Okay, I will do a bit around the outside of here, but I'll stop when I get here, because with this, I'll just basically be having hair behind the ear. Oh, thank you, Rod. Yeah, I do like it. I really kind of need to figure out how to choose colors to like work as shades and highlights of other colors. I really need to figure that out, because yeah, I really feel like I could do better with the glove, but well, for right now, it'll work. People won't really notice that because it's going to be tiny. But it's something I really just want to figure out, because choosing colors, it's hard. But, okay. Alright, so back to this part. And actually, I can kind of have it go over the ear a bit. That's not going to hurt anything. And yeah, just the rest behind here is just going to be a section of color that I have behind the face and everything. Okay, I think I'll finish up this hair and... No, start from down here, Stars. Yeah, okay, and I don't really have to worry too much about it being down here. Like, if I go over this part, because this will always be covered by a hand, so... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, well, I do have a lot more free time to just look up, like, color theory videos. And also messing around with, like, figuring out how some of these work. Like, because I feel like the approximate color is kind of helpful, but I've got no real... Like, approximate color and intermediate seem like they'd be helpful for figuring out a, like, close color, but I just have no idea how to use them, so... Like, they seem nice, but I just don't know what to do with them. No, but... Okay, that works. So now I can just turn that off, and... Okay, got the hair outline. Alright. That looks pretty good. Alright, and since it's 5, we'll be ending the stream for now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's just find someone to raid into. So, who is live right now? Okay. Yeah, I did see she was doing this right now. Okay. We'll raid into Griffin Enfield, because right now she's playing through Kingdom Hearts 1. And looking at the color, yeah, it's the final mix version. So, that'll be fun. And thank you for being here, Rod. So, I'll start the raid. Okay. Tomorrow's stream will be some more Tales of Assyria. We'll be getting into our second trial dungeon, so that should be fun. It'll be at 10 a.m. EST. So I hope you guys will be there. Alright. For everyone who came in, whether you lurked, whether you chatted, thank you. I always appreciate having you guys here. And I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I sincerely hope you have a wonderful time. Let's raid. Okay, and for the YouTube side of things, I'll be ending stream now. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.